Hi, I'm Kevin, and this is a cute little guppy in a fishbowl. And in a matter of minutes, you'll discover why this cute little guppy in a fishbowl holds the secret to living the rest of your life free from disease, illness, or infection.
There is a billion-dollar industry in scamming seniors and people with chronic incurable diseases. It's a scam that has only grown with the internet, but is sort of hidden now because it operates not on public websites, but you generally are invited to these webinars via email lists that you get on because you're looking up for medical advice, this, that, or the other. And dubious doctors who could rail against big pharma are happy to tell your older loved ones that there is a cure for their incurable disease in order to siphon money from their bank accounts to the scammers' bank accounts. This is something that I recently learned about. I'm sort of furious. So without further ado, let's get into the guppy cure, because we got to start somewhere. And I think the best way to start is just to throw you into one of these scams to give you an idea of what's going on.
Believe it or not, this odd little picture of a guppy in a fishbowl is the answer to achieving limitless health and curing all disease, even the most severe and incurable ones that doctors have turned their back on, and become completely disease-free for the rest of your life. Warning, I may be forced by the powers that be to take this free video down. If you come back tomorrow and this presentation is no longer free, don't say I didn't warn you.
Watch it right now, guys. It might go away. The powers that be. Oh my God. Let me guess at what the powers are going to be. Big pharma. Let me guess. Big pharma. Those greedy pharma guys, right?
Remember, I'm about to share a health secret that has been proven to cure, if not provide desperately needed relief to any and all disease, illness, or ailment.
How is this allowed in the United States of America?
And even more little-known therapies to prevent any illness from returning. Even though this may sound impossible right now, your doctor, friends, and family will be shocked.
They'll be shocked at how much your bank account has been whittled down by our health scams.
How suddenly even tumors and cancer cells can begin to melt away.
By the way, do you like how it says, watch this short, controversial video before this gets banned? Let me just tell you right now, this video is not short. We're gonna be kind of skimming through some of it because it gets ridiculous. And as you've already noticed, they jump around a lot, they repeat themselves a lot. So it takes them a while to get to the actual point. Oh man, one of the things that I fight with is some of these bigger scams. They're so obviously scams to the people who are not their target demographic. And so it's easy to dismiss these things as, oh yeah, who would fall for that? But if you think that, you're not the target for these scams. The target is not, 25-year-olds. Usually that's mostly my demographic on CoffeeZilla, 18 to 30-year-old males, whatever it is. It's 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds, people who are dying, who want a cure. That's the target of this, okay? So if you can put yourself in that kind of mind frame, you're desperate, you don't have any hope, this all of a sudden looks a lot less scam. It looks a little more compelling.
When you were younger, you would maybe get a cold or even the flu, but you would recover like it was nothing. You were invincible. Then you got older. You noticed more people developing cancer, or even tragically dying from cancer. The truth is, your body already has the power to kill any harmful germ, virus, bacteria, or dysfunction. And anyone can release this miraculous healing power for themselves.
Okay, there it is. Hold on, actually, I want to point something out to you, because I've watched so many of these by this point, which we're going to watch together later on. But one thing I want to tell you guys about that, if someone says this, you should just run in the other direction. Natural people are always talking about you have a natural healing mechanism in your body, which is to some extent true, but they always claim that it's just waiting to be unlocked, like it can cure anything. Like, oh, you have stage 4 cancer? Well, you must not have unlocked your natural healing mechanism. Have you thought about that? So one thing I would notice how he's already setting it up. Oh, it's your natural healing mechanism. It already exists. We're just going to unlock it, right?
Imagine that cute little guppy you saw in the beginning of this presentation. Like all fish, it breathes water into its gills and takes the oxygen out of the water inside its body. But what if the water was polluted? What if it was filled with deadly or harmful bacteria? They would go right into the little guppy, right? So just curing the guppy is not enough. We need to clear the water.
Okay. We've gone to Quackville. Okay, yeah. So We go through more of this stuff. They play more on your emotions, all this stuff. And basically, this guy says, disease and oxygen cannot coexist, which is an interesting development for biology. I'm not sure medical doctors knew that oxygen and germs cannot coexist. Fascinating stuff. But he says, look, you need to oxygenate yourself to protect yourself. And the way to do that is, if you get his little book, is a hydrogen peroxide therapy. Now, this is the new wave. This is the bleach new wave, right? You guys thought drinking bleach was dangerous and cool. It's not anymore. Now it's all about drinking hydrogen peroxide. Yes, that's right. 35% diluted hydrogen peroxide. So here's the thing. You can't go out and buy hydrogen peroxide from the store because it's 3%, but it has some stabilizers in it, which means you can't drink it. So this person says you should get food grade 35% hydrogen peroxide, which is incredibly dangerous and can poison you if ingested. And you basically become a little chemist, right? You get your little, this is tea, but this would be water. You'd fill it up with water and you get a little dropper. You get some latex gloves, they say. Actually, they say, put on your latex gloves. Note, it is not essential to use latex gloves if you handle the 35% hydrogen peroxide carefully. Hilarious. But I do. That little burn when you drip some on your hand gives you the added motivation to use them next time. You decide. Let's be clear. You need to use gloves when you handle 35% hydrogen peroxide. But anyway, they want you to become a part-time little chemist and dilute this yourself. You want to put 25 little drops of your super highly concentrated hydrogen peroxide right in there. And then drink it. You drink the hydrogen peroxide. Now, the FDA would tell you that there's no proven benefit to this, and that they've actually issued warnings to people who are claiming that this will cure disease. But does that stop Keith Richardson? No, because he wants to take your grandma's money. And this is how he's going to do it, right? This is how he's going to do it. Like, not only is this stuff not true, it's dangerous, man. Check this out. You may experience flu or cold-like symptoms. This is called a healing crisis. Your body will be trying to expel dead, formerly diseased cells, and this may put you into an acute health crisis. This can be easily misinterpreted as an illness and cause people to stop treatment. Do not stop. It means it's working. This is a very temporary situation that could potentially rid you of a debilitating disease. You may be a little uncomfortable for a short time, but the payoff is worth it. That's right. When you're chugging that 35% hydrogen peroxide or your little diluted chemist mix as an untrained amateur home chemist, don't feel bad if all of a sudden you feel brain fog, even though drinking hydrogen peroxide undiluted has been known to cause, brain damage. Don't stop. It may just be the healing working, right? It may just be the healing working in your body. And make sure Granny has those glasses when she's working the eyedropper, because you don't want her to mistake 25 drops, 50 drops, accidentally pouring the thing in. Might be life or death, but who cares? Let's just throw that into Granny's hands, right? That's not a bad thing. And then it's like, when you have a health crisis that you feel is too uncomfortable, you may choose to stay at the same level of hydrogen peroxide drops on the regimen. So don't go down. Don't stop, right? Before continuing upward after the crisis passes. I don't know how to explain how dangerous this advice is. To just be throwing into people's hands as some kind of miracle medical cure. It's so embarrassing to leverage people's fear of big pharma and say, oh, the medical industry would never allow this. They're too greedy. And then to sell your book for $39.95, right? Oh, this guy has a duty to show it to you, doesn't he? He's got a duty. He feels obligated to help you.
And I think you'll see why I feel a sense of duty to share it with you.
He just wants to help you. No ulterior motive. He wants to heal your granny, your grandpa. Yeah, this is sick. This is sick. And you know what? It's happening right here in the United States. These kind of scams are happening here, not in India, not in Pakistan. It's not a scam happening from another country. They're happening here, and people are making millions of dollars from your loved ones who are sick and desperate and weak. So, man, I want to call awareness to this industry. People don't know that this industry is so rampant. They don't know all the copywriters that are working night and day to write these sales letters, like that's a video sales letter we just watched, in order to psychologically manipulate old people, desperate people, fat people, anybody with a problem into thinking that they are a $40 ebook away, a $50 ebook away, a $90 supplement away from being cured, and they're not. And the fact that this has gone on so long without being called out is a shame. So we're going to change that right here on CoffeeZilla. I'll see you guys soon.
Whiskey ply, voices cried, fratricide. Jesus, don't you know that you could have died? You should have died. Or with the monsters at all, monsters will walk the earth. And she's got red lipstick and a bright pair of shoes. And she's got knee-high socks, what to cover it bruise. She's got an old death kid she's been meaning to use. She's got blood in her eyes for you. She's got blood in her eyes for you.